Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and this is an interesting story coming out of Tennessee because it's rare that you see something called out as sexism, and you're like, yeah, no, that was kind of sexist, right? Oftentimes when we see it online, we see the word sexist or sexism. It's loaded, and it's not always the most accurate, and you kind of roll your eyes when you hear it now because you're like, oh, is it really sexist? Oh, is it really sexism? Or are you just making it up because you want to get attention? I'm going to argue that this dude probably didn't mean it, but that's kind of how it came out. Well, actually, no, looking at what he actually said, it's possible that he did actually mean it. So what we have here is a school athletic director is on leave after telling students that girls ruin everything. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of pro-MGTOW people in the chat going to be like, well, it's obviously true. And not really. Women don't ruin everything. Men don't ruin everything. Individual people ruin shit. Let's just remove the gender label for a hot minute and then look at it from that perspective. But this guy here, didn't do that. He did not do that. He very much said what he said. So it says here that a Tennessee high school athletic director is on administrative leave after he blamed girls for the school's dress code. Now, I understand dress codes in school suck. I remember that when I was in high school. They suck. Nowadays they're even worse, right? Like my friend's son went to school first day, like first grade in Texas, right? And had a mohawk. He had a mohawk they gave him, and the school sent him home and said, no mohawks allowed. Really? It was just a little landing strip on his head. He looked cute. But they know it was bad because it was a mohawk. People ruin stuff, not individual genders. People are dumb. Now it says here, in a video addressed to students, Jared Hensley discussed the fact that athletic shorts have been banned at Soddy-Daisy High School, saying, I know, boys, you're thinking, I don't understand why. It's not fair. Athletic shorts go past your knees. If you really want someone to blame the girls, because they pretty much ruin everything. Now, this next part, I want to comment on that, but I also want to immediately go to this next part because this is where I feel he doubles down on it. Like he's trying to make a joke, but it's so ridiculously stupid that it just fails. He says, they ruin the dress code. They ruin, well, ask Adam, look at Eve. That's really all you got to get to. Okay. You can go back to the beginning of time. So it will be like that for the rest of your life. Get used to it. Keep your mouth shut and suck it up and follow the rule. I just kind of, my first response, my initial reaction to Jared here is, who hurt you? Like, I'm going to assume that you are not married anymore and you did not have a solid experience. That is going to be my first thought on that one. But then again, I also wanted to touch on the context of what he's talking about. Now, they're referring to athletic shorts. Okay, fine. Athletic shorts, when you're going out there and you're doing PE and gym, it helps, right? They're in Tennessee. They're in the South. It gets hot. It gets humid. It's still September, right? They're still going to be warm. It's not coming into the wintertime just yet. So yeah, having shorts is not going to be a bad thing, right? I mean, like when I was going to school, we did that. We had shorts and stuff all year round. No one ever cared. What he's generally referring to, I think, is the type of athletic shorts that girls tend to wear. Now, this is where I feel he's got a bit of a point, but I think it's a really, really, really bad way of putting it. And I think that really the school board should have like looked at this more objectively and gone after the types of shorts that the girls would wear. Now, when I was in high school, we were all given the same t-shirt, the same shorts. It was nondescript. It was gender neutral. But there was this one girl who, I don't remember her name, but she was like the hottest girl in my gym class. And she would hike the shorts up and roll down the top because she wanted to show off her rear end to all the football players, all the boys. She'd go to the weight room when we were in weight training and she would do that. And like the teacher had no knowledge of it. He wasn't paying attention because he was out there, you know, lifting his own weights and stuff. But everyone else in the class knew. And I think that's more or less what the guy's referring to here. Now, there's also, and I don't know how this is in Tennessee, but I remember like in 2013 in California, you would see high school like cheerleaders, or you would see volleyball players or whatever, or just maybe athletic shorts like that. And there was a big thing at the time where it would be like the brand Pink would have the words written on the butt, or there was a brand called Juicy that wrote them on the butt. And I personally am not a fan of that at all. I feel that's marketing, terrible to children. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with it here. If that's one of those elements that where you're like, yeah, that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? Like it's just, we don't want there to be that distraction. We don't want to sexualize young people. So they're going to be getting rid of the shorts as a way to move away from that. And that's basically what this guy is saying, which tells me that when the school board or the school, the principal made that rule, that was the argument that they used, was that it was essentially those kind of shorts and not wanting to be a distraction. And I understand that. I do. I'm not against the concept there. But the way he handled it was terrible. And the way that he said it was terrible. Then he doubled down by invoking Adam and Eve. Like, chicks ruin everything, dude. Look at Adam and Eve. She took one bite out of that apple and all humanity is screwed for all existence. All right. Are you happy about that, Sharon? Like, it's an ex-wife situation. It's an ex-wife situation on that one. Now, it says here that the video prompted a backlash amongst parents at the school, and Hensley's now on administrative leave, saying, "We find the comments about young women in this video inexcusable, as the sentiments expressed do not align with the values of Hamilton County schools. The situation is under further investigation, and this employee will be placed on administrative leave effective immediately," coming from Hamilton County School Superintendent Brian Johnson. Now, again, Brian is entirely right. That comment was entirely out of line. I know Jared meant it as a joke. You could tell he meant it as a joke, but there was a bit of that sting in the back end of that one. You could tell he's a hurt man. He's a broken man. He's not happy. I would recommend to him the works of MGTOW at this point in time. Help you get over your aggression. I think is there a robot brothel? There's one somewhere. I don't get a sex doll, dude. It'll save you some time. Now, local parents told the Chattanooga Times Free Press that they believed Hensley's comments reflected wider problems in society. The fact that they're coming from an educator is bad enough, but the fact they're coming from a man in a position of power is even worse. These remarks are blatantly sexist and misogynistic, says one parent, and do nothing but perpetuate victim blaming and reinforce the rape culture that is so insidiously ingrained in our society. Again, I'm no psychologist, right? But if I had to argue, Jared got hurt recently. There is a reason why I said girls ruin everything. That was not aimed at all women. That was aimed at one specifically. And for the sake of this video, I'm calling her Sharon. It was aimed at Sharon. He was mad at Sharon. And so he made the comment because that when they brought it down from the higher up, getting rid of the athletic shorts, that was, they probably brought up, he wasn't supposed to say it, but he said it. And it aimed at one particular person. Who knows? Maybe he dated a woman who works in the school, and that was one of the things. I don't know, but it boils down to a woman who hurt him. A woman who ruins everything for him. That's what that is. So I guess if I had to guess, if I had to speculate, which is what I do, Jared, he got hurt. And my heart goes out to the guy. It does. My heart goes out to the guy. He got hurt. That's not good, man. No one wants that. But jokes have a way of kind of like coming out at the worst times, get your ass in trouble a little bit. I know, I've been there. And it's one of those things where it's like, not a good idea. Now, however, one student at the school, Paige Dunny, wrote to the Times Free Press to defend Hensley, saying, "I had his gym class before he was vice principal, and not once was he sexist or treated us any less because we are girls. There are many who stand behind him. I'd hate to see such a wonderful man lose something he cares about so much over a comment that he didn't mean. While distasteful, it doesn't give a glimpse into the man he actually is." And that's the problem with our society in that regard. We see one thing and we judge everything about that person. Now, don't get me wrong. I can fully point out that I read and saw that one thing, and then I'm making a broad assumption, right? Based upon my interpretation, my own past experiences, my own lived experiences, my thought process and everything like that. But ultimately, I don't know. I feel he was hurt by a woman. It could be that he's just made a really bad joke, tried to be funny. But at the same time, you could probably also tell that he views this particular ruling as stupid, because it is stupid. You live in Tennessee, man. It is hot. It is humid. And you want kids to run outside not wearing athletic shorts, but they got to wear pants. And I'm like, if it's a distraction issue, you know what? You're going to see a lot of girls rocking leggings and yoga pants out there. You're going to probably see a fair amount of that. That's not going to make any bit of difference. If you're not wanting to cause a distraction, you close the door, you open the window. You open the window into a whole other level of distraction. It's stupid. If you want to solve this problem the right way, it just would have been, look, have everyone get the same exact type of shorts, right? Looser fit, non-body conforming. Everyone looks like they're just a Ken doll from that perspective. And that would work out better. That would be great. But unfortunately, the school board or the school thought differently. And then this guy tried making a joke, probably to express his frustration with everything. And ultimately just, made an ass out of himself. And as a person who makes an ass out of himself a lot, that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm really sympathetic to Jared. Because like, I understand people make mistakes. And I hope he comes back real quick. I don't think he was being sexist. I think it's being perceived as that way to push a narrative, but at least students are standing behind him, and his people who know him are standing behind him. And that to me says a lot more than just some random parent that's mad about something. All right. I would just tell that parent, look, go be Marcy Darcy someplace else. And that's my thoughts on this one. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I do want you to leave a comment below. I want you to write shorts. Let me know. And also just your general thoughts about the subject matter. And if you guys want to check out the channel, there's other videos to watch. There's other things you can do, like thumbs up, subscribe, check back often for more content from me. And of course, I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.